Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of this career mode series. We're in Spain, as you can see from qualifying 3. We are in 6th place, really good qualifying. Well, there are several reasons for that as well, because I'm not usually good around Spain, but basically I nailed the setup, spent a lot of time in practice trying to nail the setup, and we've got it just right. And also, I acknowledged from the last video, I had a comment from Macaulay Grindot who was saying that I need to stick to the racing line more because there were certain parts in Sochi and turn 3 where I was losing about second a lap, and watching back, that's a very fair a fair assumption to make and a fair view to make, and I've taken that on board. I've taken on board the criticism, and hopefully you're going to see that translated into the race as well as in qualifying. So yeah, let's go to the race.
What does the Spanish Grand Prix have in store for us today, I wonder? I hope we see some tight wheel-to-wheel action down the main straight, circa Mansell and Senna way back in '91, or maybe we'll have a more strategic race here on a track where overtaking can be difficult.
Well, that's fucking annoying. It's I mean, it could help us again, but it's raining for the 5th time in this series in a race. The only exception being Bahrain. 5 out of 6 times now it's been raining. It's heavy rain, so we are going to start on the wets, full wets, and our setup's more for dry, but obviously we can't change that because it's part of Ferme rules. So yeah, this is going to be challenging, but we've qualified in 6th. It's going to be difficult to keep on the track, but yeah, let's just hope for the best, I guess, and let's get this race underway. And 5 red lights, and they seem to go on for an eternity, and as a result I haven't had a great start. Bogged down in this weather as well. I've already lost the position to Bottas. Really bad grip because it's such heavy rain. Got to be careful not to have a collision, and we just about survived and made it up into P3. Hamilton's just overtaken Rosberg. Let's take a look at the race replay. See from this point was Bottas is swerving around a bit after he got past us, and we just like braked way later, gone on the inside. Very risky move, but it's worked out, and then Hamilton overtakes Rosberg into P1, and we're in P3 as we head onto this long main straight. We might be able to catch up to Rosberg a bit. Looks like they've been a bit cautious in terms of braking, the Mercedes ahead of us, and we're keeping with them. Thankfully our performance deficit reduced by the heavy rain here. I have no idea how long this will last at all. Probably should have checked the forecast for more than just qualifying, but I thought it was completely sunny qualifying. For some reason I thought there can't be more rain in this series surely, and we dive down the inside, trying to give enough room, just about make the move. See some real early overtakes here, mainly from us, and yeah, we just go on the inside, ignore the racing line for overtaking, which is obviously the only thing you can do really, and yeah, we're up into P2. So we start lap 2 in P2, and it looks like there's a battle going on behind us, so we're going to brake nice and early to get a good exit, but that is made difficult by the fact of the conditions. But yeah, battle going behind us, but Rosberg has just about kept hold of 3rd place there. Oh, and we are struggling to stick to the racing line in these conditions, but obviously improved first sector considering it's not the start of the race, so that means fuck all really. Don't even know why I mentioned that. And we just got to paddle the car. Is Hamilton on for another race win, or can we spoil? It will be another brilliant result for his championship and a possible back-to-back win. We will see. But we are struggling to keep control of the car in these conditions, and we're not sticking to the racing line that well, although I do have the excuse of rain, to be fair. Weather report, Jeff. And that's with heavy rain as well. But yeah, as you saw, we did the fastest lap of the race, but just about beating Hamilton. But that's not particularly great news, because 20 minutes of continued heavy rain such as this makes the track barely drivable. when it's this heavy. I mean, intermediate conditions, I think this car so far this series has excelled best in that this, when it gets to this point, it doesn't matter what car you're in, you're just constantly fighting the grip. Yeah, Jeff, I appreciate that, but you've just told me that. Right, but we have actually managed to catch up to Hamilton here. Problem is, we've just got barely any grip. So, we're struggling to get good exits, although we get a good one there. And we might be able to outbrake him, we're not going to risk it though. Although, he has braked quite early indeed there, as we do another fastest middle sector. We have gained on him because of that. And you know what, we might be able to get him on the main straight here. As we come to finish lap 3. If we just play our cards right, do this cautiously, get our exits right, which we went a bit wide there, and Hamilton's now going to pull away a bit. I think we've blown it. Although this is a very long straight, and slipstream is a major factor in this game. That's perfect. We get a rich revs as we do the first lap of the race, but we're just too far back from Hamilton. That mistake right at the end, really frustrating. I have to wait basically another lap because I don't know really what I was doing there. Unless I can get him obviously on the straight and just at the end of the middle sector. So you can complete the first sector now, and it's another fastest first sector for me. I'm going to swing back round here. And we're not quite close enough yet. But we will size up to make our move in the next straight. Or maybe now, look how close we got to Hamilton. And we're going to go side by side with him. The trouble is there's so little grip, and I'm just going to yield the position there because I'm fucking scared. So I'm going to go for the straight instead, either this one or the main straight. Good exit. A little bit of a loss of the back end. Slowing that middle sector significantly. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. I just always have brake late, so I need to really get better at adjusting to wet conditions and realising I can't brake as late as I usually do. But we'll have a good opportunity nevertheless. Just don't mess up the exit like you did last time, Robbie. Please. Alright, that's decent. Now, if we could just... Ooh, losing the back end a bit. Fuck me. Yeah, it's definitely closing. Oh, but we're going to have to settle behind him for another lap. Let's hope this doesn't go on too long. We got a good exit here. Are we going to risk it this time? We've got better grip. Hamilton's yielded the position, and we're into P1 of this Grand Prix. Just see here, we get a good exit from there, and we just have better grip than Hamilton on the inside, and Hamilton yields the position, and we're into P1 of the Spanish Grand Prix. Well, you join me on lap 7 of this Grand Prix, the Spanish Grand Prix. We managed to extend our lead over Hamilton to 2.7 seconds. Rosberg's quite far back from Hamilton. It's effectively just me and Hamilton, but it all depends at the moment. But it all depends on when this heavy rain stops, and if it's replaced by light rain, or if the rain just stops completely, and how quickly the track will dry up. Could it be another race of transition? If so, then anything can happen and anyone could win this race. And to be honest, for once, because we're not usually in this position, we actually want it to stay the same. I mean, it may not be as entertaining, but certainly it's a lot calmer for us and a lot less pressure. But for the sake of the viewers, I guess it'd be better. We got a fastest lap last lap with a 1:41.377. Don't think we're going to get it this time. I've been a bit more cautious. As we go quite slowly into these final chicane, and got to be careful in this bit because it's so easy to lose the back end and overcorrect it. And yeah, it's not as quick, but we have managed to extend the gap to 3 seconds. Well, as we start lap 12, we've managed to extend the gap to 5 seconds. Will that still be the case as we cross the line? Looks like it, yeah, nearly 6 seconds now. As you can see, Rosberg's actually gaining on Hamilton. Oh no, it's not. But yeah, not really much to report at the moment, just extending the lead over Hamilton. And everything's going quite smoothly as we approach the pit stop window, which will start, for me, around lap 16. Not sure if we're going to go earlier. Tyre wear is okay at the moment, but I don't like to go too long once the tyre wear passes 50%. So, but at the moment we're still doing, 142s. We're still a lot quicker than the other cars, and yeah, we're gonna stay out and probably actually just pit lap 16 as recommended. Right, as we go to lap 16, literally nothing has happened for like the last 7 laps, a bit like Russia. There was a certain period of that, although we are now going to go in the pits. Yes, Jeff. Yep, voila! Right, let's head to the pits then. Right, Hamilton's gone into the pits. Oh my god, my hard work's going to be undone, isn't it? We're getting past him. Let me out. Oh my god. Yes! The team didn't screw me over. Look at that, 1.998 pit stop. Holy shit. Fucking hell, and we've come out third. Oh my, wow. Newfound love and respect for our pit crew right there, because that was incredible. 1.9 second pit stop, and to come out in front of Hamilton, I thought they were going to let him through. I thought Hamilton's stop would be quicker, but luckily not, and we don't have to get past Hamilton again, because we are effective P1 as we wait for the cars in front to pit. So that worked perfectly, and that should be, unless there's some sudden change in the weather or some major incident, our last pit stop. But we have to be careful and get back into our momentum that we were before, and start to pull away from Hamilton again, hopefully. Join me now on the main straight, lap 18, and we are now back in position P1, actually on track, as Rosberg and Raikkonen pit, and thus Hamilton goes into second place as well. And I think Rosberg should come out in P3 as well. There's a massive gap between sort of the top 5, 6 and the rest of the field, like it's actually huge. Yet, despite that, I've not seen any back markers yet, but we surely must be coming up to them. Although this is a relatively long track, so especially in this weather, so we might not see them until the end of the race. Kevin Magnussen, my teammate, is in the pits. Hamilton is starting to close up to us. We might have to keep an eye on that. But yeah, everyone pitting at the moment, and we need to keep an eye on Hamilton because he seems to have been putting in a decent couple of laps and is still within threatening distance of us. I'm not really sure what the gap is. We'll find out now as we start this middle sector. As we go purple in, which is going to help relieve the pressure. But yeah, 3 seconds. Oh, that's up to 4 because of that. But yeah, we've certainly got to be wary of that. Hamilton's been very quick all weekend, and no that further. And we're just at this point just trying to cruise and not make too many mistakes. I'm not sure if the rain's getting any lighter or I've just become quite used to it by now. But in fact, I would ask for a weather update. Weather update, Jeff. No, you dickhead. No. That's always good. Let's just check that. Right. Weather update, Jeff. No, oh my god. How does weather update sound like it just me up? It's probably been the most exciting part of it so far though, but it's not the point. Weather update. Okay, well, weather report. I know you're having trouble receiving. You're a retard. Right, let's try again. Weather reports. Shit. Okay, so heavy rain is going to stay then, basically. So there's not going to be anything to worry about strategy or anything. I fucked up a bit then because I was too busy trying to sort out comms with Jeff. So Hamilton looks to have closed the gap by quite a bit, actually. That's a bit worrying. See, that's just one mistake. Fiddling around with the comms, maybe should have waited a bit longer. But there are the back markers as well, so with Hamilton closing in on us, that's not good news, especially with the back markers ahead of us. Yeah. Yeah. Cheers, Jeff. Helpful as always. So lap 26 out of 33. I've just done the fastest lap by about 9/10. I don't really know where that came from. I've actually got quite a bit of extra fuel, so I can turn that to rich. As you can see, we have caught up to the back marker NASA in 22nd place. No retirements actually, which will be a first of the series if that continues. Although we're bound to have at least one engine failure. The gap with Hamilton was around 5 seconds. Somehow he's closed the gap even though I've just done the fast lap of the race. I apparently had a slow first sec, but then NASA, do you want to get out the way, mate? Shit it. Only banter. Yeah, this is the danger. Back markers, you might catch up quite a bit. Hopefully they're as difficult to him as they will be to me, no doubt. NASA is usually not that bad, to be fair. It seems to be weird. I know that they're all programmed randomly. There are no personalities or whatever in programming, but it does seem to be that certain drivers in this game, the AI drivers, are more aggressive than others and more difficult than others. Certainly Grosjean is one of them, ironically. Ericsson's has always been terrible for me anyway, although I've been terrible the last couple of corners, so I can't really say much. But and we're coming up to him actually, he's just in front of Haryanto. But yeah, so we have to be really careful. This famous incident online with SHD 37. Sorry, that's wrong. Basic Hedge 37. He has 2 PSN names. Basically online, and he was leading by 40 seconds from me in our online career mode, and he decided to, well, he tells me that it was Haryanto's fault, but basically he went into the back marker and was out the race, and I won the race, and that nearly turned the championship in my favour. I didn't end up winning the championship, neither of us did in the end, but that was touch of ball. But yeah, it's back markers are pretty dangerous, so we got to be careful here. Why do I always bloody meet them on this corner? It's so difficult to do. Now if Ericsson could for once not be a bitch, that'd be fantastic. He hasn't. That is brilliant. It certainly is our day if Ericsson starts actually being nice to us. But yeah, lap 27 out of 33. And all but one of the back markers cleared so far. So this is the incident, well, the place where the yellow flag was anyway, on the main straight. Hamilton's going for the overtaking. Oh my word, he just sideswiped. I think it's NASA, yeah, it's NASA. Wow. And that's the reason for the yellow flag. So we've gone past Fairline there. Took a while for the blue flags for some reason, but once we did, he got out of the way, to be fair. Fairline down in 19th place after a 4th place finish last time out, which was incredible from Marussia, but that was mainly because he pitted at exactly the right time when everyone else had gone past the pits for the intermediate tyres, a lap before everyone else. During the transition, I managed to finish 4th in that crazy Russian Grand Prix, although where me following the racing line was particularly poor. Hopefully I have improved this race, and if you are watching, please do comment if you think I've improved or not. I have tried to listen and adhere to that. Shut up, Jeff. And we just need to keep bring the car home, and it should be our first victory of this series in the season, and in a Renault, and we will actually be possibly in the championship hunt after that, which is actually incredible, although Hamilton will still have a significant lead, because this is still a good result for him. but we are stopping him from back-to-back wins, which is probably why we're so pissed off and took out that stuff. Don't think we'll get a penalty for this. Yeah, I realised that, John, but cheers anyway. As we go through this straight for the last time, you can see Maxton just ahead of us, and we go around this fat ass deep braking corner. We are now 9 seconds ahead of Hamilton, and we are about to come home and clinch our first victory of the season, Renault's first victory of the season, and once again in the rain, finally about 6 times. Unbelievable. It's the first time that we're going to have all 22 cars finish the race, it looks like, and it's also going to be the first time that we're going to see a win for me in this series and for my team Renault. As we come across the line, there's the checkered flag, and we win in Spain. Brilliant result. And you know what? I will give credit not just to the rain, I will say, but also to Macaulay Grindrod, who commented in my last video. Grindrod, sorry if I got the pronunciation wrong, which I probably have, especially at the start. God, that guy's ugly. And yeah, we have won the race. Also, the hard work I put in practice, track climatization, tinkering setups work beautifully in terms of pace, being able to qualify 6th.
Here come today's winning drivers,
and yeah, there we are, our first win. Hamilton in 2nd, Rosberg 3rd. That's big for the championship, and we might even be with a shot. We'll take a look at it later.
For their excellent win today. And now let's take a look at the driver standings. Well, the leader.
Well, congratulations. You've done a great job. Here.
Well, maybe that isn't the end of the video, because we've just been promoted, so I'll put that in there. Yeah, we'll end on that. Thank you so much again for watching. Please like and subscribe, and goodbye.